You could be bitten by a ghost under your clothes?
That sucks. Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And we are back in the Wikipedia page for urban legends, crawling through those ABCs, and we've made our way all the way down to the L's and M's this time.
That means we're almost about halfway.
I know.
Theoretically, at least halfway through the alphabet.
Crazy stuff.
So if you don't know the deal, here's the deal. We love talking about urban legends. Urban legends have a particular definition. However, Wikipedia can be edited by anybody, so There's this massive list of so-called urban legends. We thought it'd be fun to go through them all, and so we have been doing just that. Most recently, we talked about urban legends in episode 410.
Yep.
We even have a page specifically for all of our urban legend conversations. It's scaryfun.fun/urban legends.
Yep, so if you go there, you'll be able to see a list of every single episode we've done previously. Click on those and just zoom right to them and listen to all of them.
So much fun, so much spooky stuff, weird stuff, sometimes topics that we wouldn't traditionally cover or even know about.
Oh, absolutely. It's been great.
Yes, my stuff in particular, it's bafflingly, like, we would never ever stumble across these things.
Yeah.
Without this resource.
I guess mine, it's not impossible that we could.
Okay.
But I wouldn't see us covering them otherwise.
Yeah, this is...
So it's been wonderful to use this kind of as a tool to cover weird things.
It's fun. Yep. It makes us somewhat blameless if the topics in a given episode are particularly weird or stupid.
It's out of our hands.
It's out of our hands. What, are we supposed to be in charge of our own show?
No.
I don't think so.
So what do you think? Should we dive into it after a commercial break?
Yes. Why should we waste any time whatsoever?
Hungry? Why wait? We're not going to. Here are the commercials. Okay. Is hungry? Why wait Snickers?
Hungry? Why wait Snickers? I do think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the one that's like, you're weird when you're hungry. And it's like, a young man who has transformed into B. Arthur.
Yeah, right. If only. That doesn't make you weird.
The long dead B. Arthur. Well, it's weird for a young man to turn into B. Arthur.
That's true.
Talk about Freaky Friday.
I feel like that commercial is more like you're weird when you're hungry and you turn into like a centaur or something.
No, because they had the ones, I'm thinking Betty White, but it was Betty White. Sorry.
Oh.
I was thinking B. Arthur, but there is a Betty White commercial where she's like, come on, boys, we need to hit the gridiron. And it's like she's playing football with people.
I guess that would be weird for her to be doing that.
It would be weird for her to be doing that. And they're like, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yes.
Eat this.
That's pretty good.
Snickers, yeah.
Yeah, Snickers. When your hungry keeps poking at you and poking at you. That Paula Poundstone bit from the 90s.
Wow, Paula Poundstone.
Yep.
Woo, what a rush. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, should we go alphabetically?
Yes, please.
Want to do L's? All right. So the first one I'm covering is the Lincoln Imp.
Okay.
Both of mine are Lincoln-centric, just the word Lincoln.
Not Abraham.
The second one is Abraham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the first one is just the town of Lincoln in England.
Oh.
All right. So the Lincoln Imp is a grotesque, which is a new word that I learned, actually. It's pretty cool. It is a stone-carved mythical creature attached to a building. So you might be like, so that's a gargoyle. A gargoyle is a grotesque, but every grotesque isn't necessarily a gargoyle. It could be a different kind of creature.
Is that right?
I think it's a fun word. I like it.
So it's just like a little statue of a creature? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
That's called a grotesque.
And it specifically has to be on a building?
Yeah. It has to be a stone creature attached to a building, and that's called a grotesque.
Do you know what I read? Mm-hmm. So Zoe has all those books where it's like 1,000 different kinds of monsters and weird stories, and they each have like 3 sentences.
Yeah.
To describe them. So I don't know if this is a major simplification or maybe not true at all. There's one in one of her books that's about gargoyles.
Yeah.
And evidently, gargoyles originally were positioned to be at the ends of drains.
Yes.
Like along your roof.
I have heard this.
So that the water catches in the drains and funnels down and comes out the gargoyle's mouth. Mm-hmm. And that is where the word gargoyle came from, because it was like gargling.
Oh,
going like,
that part of it I hadn't heard, but I'd heard that that's like where they originally were always positioned.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, right?
Yeah.
These like gargoyle things where I guess persistently puking water up on rainy days.
That's awesome. So wait, chicken or egg? Is the word gargle from gargoyle? Or are they called gargoyles because of the word gargle?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
Now that word is sounding really weird to me.
In fact, we may never know.
There's no way we could ever find out.
But a grotesque. I love that notion.
I do too. So anyway, the Lincoln Imp is a grotesque high up in the Lincoln Cathedral in England. Again, doesn't have anything to do with like Abraham Lincoln or anything. This is way predates Abraham Lincoln. It's just the town. Tucked up in the angel choir section of this church, which was built in the 1200s. So it must be from then. So he's a devilish looking little fellow with an evil smile, goatee ears, horns, and most notably to me, one leg crossed over the other. I find this funny. This is a funny position to me.
It's a casual little creep.
Well, here's the thing. Not a full casual cross to me. It's like one ankle on one knee, forming like a 90-degree angle.
Like
so not
how Dr. Phil falls at the beginning of Scary Movie 4.
Yes, absolutely. Or like kind of like a figure 4 stretch kind of thing. If anybody's like familiar with that from like yoga or from other things, it's like that. And then he has hands both resting on that crossed leg, looking straight out. He looks awesome. It's totally sweet. So basically, there are tons of stories about this thing, and it first got its name in a story by Arnold Frost in 1897, who wrote the story down, and he said it had never been told in print before, but had been passed down over time and had been told to him by an older local. So here's just the quote of the original story. The coming of Bishop Remigius to Lincoln made the devil very angry, for up to that time he had had it all his own way in the town and district. The devil tried his utmost to turn him from his purpose of building a cathedral, but without success. At last, in desperation, the minister then nearing its completion, the devil waylaid the bishop at the southwestern corner of the building and tried to kill him. But the good prelate, I think that means like priest or whatever, in his extremity called for aid upon the Blessed Virgin Mary, to whom the church was to be dedicated, whereupon the Blessed Virgin sent a mighty rushing wind, which, catching the devil, so hustled and buffeted him that he slipped inside the church for safety, where he has been ever since, nor dare he come out, knowing that the wind awaits his return in order to make an end of him. So,
dramatic.
Very dramatic. So the devil wanted to kill a priest to prevent him from making a church. The priest called upon the Virgin Mary, who was like, help me, the devil's trying to kill me. She sent a rushing wind that blew the devil into the church. And then so there he has sat ever since, because he knows if he ever comes back out, he's just going to get blown back in again. So he may as well just sit.
So he can't leave the church.
Right. And that's what the Lincoln Imp is.
He sounds lazy. He's not even going to try.
No.
So he's just going to sit back.
Why bother?
He looks like he's in a waiting room.
Why wait? Leave the church, why bother?
He looks like he's sitting in a waiting room with one leg crossed over. I love the ankle on the knee. You're right.
I do too. Isn't it funny? It's like it's not knee to knee. It's ankle to knee.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very funny to me.
Yeah. Cozy.
Yeah. And then the story ends with a poem, and that's where the name the Lincoln Imp was born. Because, if you notice, you obviously may not have. He didn't actually say Lincoln Imp in what I just said before, but this is where it comes out.
Oh, okay.
The bishop we know died long ago. The wind still waits, nor will he go, till he has a chance of beating his foe. But the devil hopped up without a limp, and at once took shape as the Lincoln Imp. And there he sits atop the column, and grins at the people who gaze so solemn. Moreover, he mocks at the wind below, and says, you may wait till doomsday, oh.
Oh.
I don't love...
Yeah.
I don't love sticking a random O.
They skipped at the end to make it rhyme.
Just so you can get it to rhyme with below.
Yeah.
This isn't as much in my consciousness anymore. I don't really think about the artist Pink so much these days. But it did remind me of the fact that when you would, I guess it was in MTV days when I'd be like flipping around, you would see Pink videos or whatever. It always stood out to me that she would stick the word my dear in things to make things rhyme. It always drove me nuts. Yeah. The words my dear.
It's a cheat. It's a cheat. Spend a few more minutes, and you
might have to rework the previous sentence, but I think it'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it, so it doesn't just end with "oh."
Yeah. Yeah.
This doesn't rhyme. All right, we'll just throw an O on the end, and then it will.
No.
Who cares?
Give it a couple.
This is interesting. So what I'm gathering, this church was constructed.
Yeah.
Someone put a devil figure there.
Yeah, I know. So that's the thing. Like, I like all these stories and everything, but for real, like, why did somebody do this?
Yeah.
Because the rest of the structure that he's under, which is in the choir section, is a bunch of flowers. And then there's just a devil. Why is he there?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you construct a church and then jam a little devil boy, a little devil baby in there?
Right. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And then all of these stories are to try to imagine the purpose of the devil being in the church.
There was nothing about the real reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are things that I've heard where didn't somebody sneak a xenomorph into a church or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Xenomorph hidden in church sculpture or something like that. I think this has happened before. I may not be able to find it right this moment. But there are times where people have constructed things and then just snuck a little unusual.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because like,
is that real? Why is it there?
I mean, I pulled this out of a hazy memory, and now we are looking at what appears to be a little alien. I'll just read this. This is from classicfm.com. Among the spires and steeples of Paisley Abbey in Scotland sits an extraterrestrial gargoyle. No, really. All right. So in 1991, some remodeling was being carried out on the 12th century Scottish Abbey, and it was decided that some of the building's original gargoyles would be replaced by more contemporary creatures, including this feisty xenomorph.
I mean, now that I think about it, I've certainly heard the thing about, gargoyles originally being, like the whole water pipe thing, but also aren't they supposed to be like protective in some way? So I guess it would make sense. It's just like, if they're just supposed to be like protecting, a sacred area because they're supposed to be fearsome, I guess it's like, you can put whatever fearsome creature.
Yeah. So it says that it turns out that it was not somebody sneaking something in. I mean, maybe. So on the Traditional Buildings Health Checks website, a blog post by David Lindsay, the person drafted in for the job, reveals the true sequence of events. The client's brief asked for the creation of contemporary new designs. This was a bold decision considering that the building is category A listed. I don't know.
Yeah.
The gargoyle I had been tasked to supply would also be functional, designed to incorporate a channel that could carry water.
Okay, there you go.
So that validates that other half-baked memory of mine.
Yeah, totally.
20 or so proposals were put forward by new designs, including that one that David had drawn to pay homage to the fearsome creature from one of his favorite movies, Alien. I could not have been more surprised when, at the client meeting, I was handed the pile of approved designs to find among them the one that I had sketched only the evening before. So he did deliberately create something that was made to look like a xenomorph, but he submitted it through like the proper channels and it was approved.
Okay.
So it's not snuck in there.
Totally. It's just like, they're like, all right, it's a different kind of gargoyle. It's just not a traditional gargoyle.
But so I guess that's how you
cool.
get a xenomorph gargoyle. It doesn't explain how you end up with a little devil who's just in the flowers.
No. And they did that in the 1200s.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that? Also, I just want to point out, in that article that you just brought up, there was an ad for Les Miserables. It said, Ms. rocks New York. Surprise?
Ms.?
Yeah, Ms. That's what we're called. Also, Les Mis, if anything.
Les Mis.
That's what it's known as colloquially. Who calls it Ms?
No one.
And what do you mean it rocks New York?
Unless you do like The Wiz, right? For Wizard of Oz, you do The Miz. And it's kind of got like a cool, like updated style.
We already have the Miz. It's taken.
Right, the boy from the WWE and previously
from the real world.
From the real world.
Yeah,
right, of course.
Miz. All right, I'll move on.
Yeah,
but that threw me for a loop.
Right.
I was trying to focus on what you were saying, but I was like, Ms. rocks New York.
You know what? They have an opportunity because Wicked is so hot. To be like, what else can we do to grab the kids?
William, I'm not kidding. I bet you're right. I bet all up and down Broadway, there are meetings about how can we capitalize on this like Broadway fever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Miz.
And like Les Mis is not the one to be hanging on to the coattails of Wicked.
Yeah.
It's not the same vibe. I saw Les Mis when I was a kid. Like, a fine play, but I shouldn't say I haven't seen Wicked, but I don't think that the vibes are the same.
No, drastically different.
Yeah.
But they're going to update it with a whole new style. No more Jean Valjean. It's going to be Johnny VJ.
I got a new outfit to go see Les Mis with our older sisters, Karen and Lynn, and my tights didn't fit right. They kept dropping as I was walking down the blocks of New York, and Karen and Lynn kept having to buffet me so we could scooch my tights up. I was like 11.
Wow.
Or whatever.
Those ain't tights. Those are some loosies.
I'm not sure whether it was that they were too tight or too loose. It could be my thighs were scooching them down because they were like too tight,
right,
basically.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But it was a scene, man.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the Lincoln Imp.
The Lincoln Imp, yes. Yeah. The reason for the season.
Not the Chrissy limp down the streets of New York.
Oh, Jesus. Tied it together, but torturous.
Yes. That was tough. So, okay. So there are some modern day versions of the story, and they all seem, I noticed just on the Wikipedia page, they all seemed to contain the word cheekily. Like they were like, this is this version of the story. This is that version of the story. Always cheekily, the imp is doing things. Yeah. But the themes were all the same. The devil comes inside the church for one reason or another, whether it's to get out of the wind or to tease the angels or what have you. It ends up frozen there, whether it's that he decided to stay or that he turned into stone. So locals kind of love it. People are like really into the Lincoln Imp. There's a Lincoln Imp plaque at Oxford, the college. And in the early 1900s, it became a good luck charm after a local jeweler named James Ward Usher got the sole rights to use its image on merchandise for a while, which is so awesome. So he put it on pins. I always say this word wrong. Brooches. Thank you. Spoons and cufflinks. And I could only find a pin online, like as an example of the jewelry. It was basically a safety pin that just had a little gold imp recreated surprisingly well on it with little red eyes and little green stones in its horns.
That's cool.
And it was awesome looking. And a superstition started going around that if you wear a Lincoln Imp, it'll keep you from losing things. Wonder who started that rumor.
Yeah. Also because...
Thinks it was James Ward Usher, the seller of the jewelry.
You're going to want to have plenty of these.
Yeah.
You're going to want many of these little diaper pins.
I thought that was very
all
funny.
of your clothes.
Yeah.
So you don't lose anything. Mm-hmm. It's weird, though, that it started as something that's in a church.
Yes.
And then became make sure you wear the little devil.
I know.
Everywhere you go. Like, that's totally counter to the church purpose.
And just like, there's not a ton of information about it because it just... I really... for today really gripped onto like minor details for whatever reason I was very interested in.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot to it, but I was just like, how did this guy think I'm going to get the exclusive merchandising rights to this weird little imp in the church? But I mean, it seemed to work out well for him. He sold a bunch of these things. So clearly, whatever, but how strange.
Very strange.
So there's a local football team. This is like present day, the Lincoln City football team, which is nicknamed the Imps. And their mascot is Poacher the Imp. And I think he just looks lovely. William, you have him in front of you. If you're watching the video version, which you can find at youtube.com/GTTUpod, you'll be able to see him on your screen. But of course, I'm just going to tell you about him for everybody who's only listening. Or you can Google him, Poacher the Imp. He just looks lovely. I like him. He's absolutely beaming. He's totally red, except for white accents of horns and a beard, a big smile that extends to the eyes. He's dressed in a soccer outfit. And look, of course, he's absolutely giving Beast of Busco sort of vibes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Slash, the Devils hockey team in New Jersey, but very enjoyable. What do you think about this guy, William?
Look
how happy he is.
Something about him feels unfinished. If I'm gonna be completely honest, like there's some sort of something's missing for me. There's like a detail missing, or I don't know. It just looks like a big like cookie or something.
He does look like a big cookie.
I don't know. There's just something that's like maybe too simple.
I will say it is weird that he is pretty much only the colors red and white.
Yeah,
I get he does have blue eyes, but it's
basic.
Yeah. But there's something I like. Look how huggable he is. Ooh.
I know, but like, is there something that like needs to be a little more mischievous in his expression? Maybe Maybe that's what I'm wishing for.
It could be. Certainly
Like,
could be.
Where's the actual devil guy? Let me just. Yeah, like I'm missing some element
You
of
know, that devil looks like an old man.
playful malice.
Look at him. He looks old. I'm not talking
Yeah, the
aged
stone one does look old, right?
Doesn't he look like an old man?
Yeah.
And then even though Poacher the Imp has white hair, let's see. That's a young man. He's young.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, it's weird.
Early 30s, but still. That other man is
Yeah, I guess you're right.
late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd. I mean, cool. I mean, I think it's awesome to have like a weird imp thing, but it's just like pure friendliness is just weird to me.
Yeah, no, it is weird. It is weird. I like him, though. Looks like nice lad.
Yes, too nice to the point where I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Back on
I like him. No, I think he's good. I do trust him.
looking back at the stone original.
Yeah.
I think that this also reminds me of a gremlin.
Yeah.
And that recalled
Look at his bangs.
that brought back to mind that in Gremlins 2, they have this thing where like the gremlins get infected with other DNA, and so there's like a spider gremlin, and
Right.
one of them gets bat wings
Okay.
and flies outside,
Yeah.
gets dumped, like concrete gets dumped on it, and then it flies to the top of a New York City building and freezes into a gremlin gargoyle.
Oh no.
Which is kind of neat. And
Yeah.
not dissimilar from the notion here that this devil
Yeah.
was blown into the church and like froze to stone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that is cool. So I'm personally a little bit more confused by another team's logo using the imp as inspiration. This is the Gibraltar Lincoln Red Imps Football Club logo. This is a separate team or whatever. This is just a crest. It's not a mascot. And while technically more faithful, it's a seated imp with one leg crossed over the other. He looks a little bit more bashful or embarrassed than the original imp does. And it's not really the assertive, intimidating vibe you might want a football team to have. He's like,
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Oopsie.
I made a mistake, and I'm hoping you don't notice. That's the
Yeah.
expression on his face.
Yeah, so it's a drawing, and yeah, no, it's odd.
He also looks like the troll face meme.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
Someone sat down for like 5 seconds and did this, and they're like, we can use that.
Dashed it off real quick.
Yeah.
I also think it's notable, like how blocky. So he's sitting on kind of like a castle, and that looks very like blocky and stuff, and then he looks hand drawn.
Yes.
And I appreciate the hand drawn quality that he has, but I think just a minute more on the expression.
Oh,
For
couldn't
me.
agree more. Couldn't agree more.
You know. So the last thing I have to say about this is that this is very fun to me. In 2021, the town of Lincolnshire organized a Lincoln Imp Trail where local artists created awesome imp structures that were placed all along an outdoor trail. There were 30 big guys, 60 small guys. I'm kind of guessing that the 30 main ones were done by kind of legit artists, and the other 60 may have been like a community thing where people could just place them there.
Yeah, maybe by like babies and weirdos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because it later says that 30 imps were auctioned off. Like, why was it 30 big ones they mentioned and 60
the rest
small
were
ones?
thrown in the trash.
Yeah, exactly. 30 imps were auctioned off and raised £128,000 for a hospice charity, which is amazing.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it's fun to have
They really
like
embrace it.
your hometown figure and to really like keep the party going.
Totally.
Like
totally.
it's weird to me that it's easy to compare this to the Jersey Devil, obviously,
yeah.
especially with the sports connection.
Yes.
But it's like, it's weird to have your hometown monster. And so you would think that there would be more ballyhoo around the Jersey Devil or something.
Right.
It's cool to hear that there's so much energy for this. There's not a ton for the Jersey Devil.
It seems like there's a decent amount. Like there's the Jersey Devil Fable Festival, which we've been part of before.
I would argue
You've been part of the Devil and Daisy Dirt.
Yes,
thing.
I think that's like a fairly big one in recent years. Alex
Yeah.
Dawson is a Rutgers professor who's actually, here's something cool to share with the audience. So the Devil and Daisy Dirt is this stage show that's like very much like almost like a campfire tale. I've done a few introductions for it. Alex Dawson just linked up with Kevin Smith who is going to help do a new round of shows at the New Brunswick Performing Arts Center. And I think I'll be doing some introductions for that.
Nice.
I think. So super fun. Stay tuned. You can come out and see the show. It's very fun. You may see me there, or Kevin Smith if you prefer to see him over me.
Yeah.
But I would argue that that's one of the few Jersey Devil things in recent memory. And yeah, the Jersey Devil Fable Festival, but I would say that like even that was like a regular kind of convention.
Yeah.
With a few people dressed like the Jersey Devil.
Right.
I mean, I guess I don't know what you do, and maybe that's part of the problem.
Know about it, honestly. So my coworker Hannah gave me a Jersey Devil sticker to put on my water bottle. I've actually been considering taking it off my water bottle because people at the desk at the library talk to me about it too much, and I don't want to talk.
Wow, that's very you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, the Jersey Devil, blah, blah. They'll be like, oh, the Jersey Dragon or whatever. And I'm just like,
Jersey Dragon?
Yeah. And I'm just
See,
like,
people don't know enough.
To be fair, one person repeatedly stops by and says something about the Jersey Dragon. But yeah.
To this day, my favorite thing that ever came out of discussing the Jersey Devil was I posted about it on old Twitter. In the old Twitter days. And I was just like, we're talking about the Jersey Devil. It's probably a Guide to the Unknown era thing. And somebody responded to my tweet and wrote, I'm related to that thing. And then I clicked on his profile, and all he did all day was respond to people talking about the Jersey Devil to say, I'm related to that. I think he was a descendant of the Leeds family.
Yeah.
I've gone back trying to find that just out of curiosity. It seems to be wiped from the internet. But I was like, what a cool thing to say. I'm related to the Jersey Devil. Because ostensibly that's supposed to be the son of humans that turned into a beast.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if he set up like a bot to just respond anytime anybody tweeted about the Jersey Devil, and he exited Twitter when we all did.
For being a bot.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. People do not seem to have exited Twitter, by the way.
Not everybody.
We just don't use it.
Yeah.
But there are so many people who I follow on the internet generally.
I know.
And still will be like, here's my one link, and it is to X.
Well, you know.
Like, all right.
Whatever.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so that was the Lincoln Imp.
Yes. Do you want me to keep going, or do you want to?
I would love you to.
Okay. All right. This is not great. It's not a great one. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm almost more excited.
This is the Lincoln Kennedy coincidences.
Oh, right. Okay. These are okay. All right.
But I found something so strange by looking into this.
Okay.
So people have noticed that there are a lot of things in common between the assassinations of Presidents Kennedy and Lincoln. And it seems like these lists of coincidences started popping up in 1964, the year after Kennedy was killed, in different magazines. It's mostly silly, and at the time, it led to kind of dueling articles. Like somebody would come out and be like, did you realize, and I'll tell you some of these things. There are a million. I'm not going to tell you all of them. Did you realize they both this?
Yeah.
And then there'd be an article in like Scientific American being like, actually, no, you're wrong. ...
Right.
And kind of going back and forth. It's not really that interesting. It's just kind of an oddity. It's definitely one of those things that's like, why is this even here? But whatever.
It's pop conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard this off and on for years, and
it like rang a faint bell.
Yeah.
Even the things that are true can be boiled down to not even terribly compelling coincidence. There really isn't even anything very spooky going on here. So here are the most common coincidences that circulate. Lincoln and Kennedy each have 7 letters.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Both presidents were elected to Congress in 1846 and 1946.
I just felt a chill go up my spine.
And later to the presidency in 1860 and 1960. And by the way, when these are wrong, I'm going to tell you when they're wrong. Those things are both true, but it's like, okay, whatever.
So what? Yeah.
Both assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, were born in 1939 and were known by 3 names, composed of 15 letters.
The reason, by the way, for the 3-name thing,
right,
is to differentiate and be specific from other people who may have been named Lee Oswald and John Booth.
Correct. That's
John
why
Wilkes Booth is more unique.
Yeah.
Than just saying John Booth.
You hear that for like every well-known killer, serial killer, whatever. That's why it's not a coincidence that they all go by 3 names. They don't in life.
Yes.
We, as a society, have decided to use their 3 names.
Herman Douglas Chaplin.
Yeah. That's a good one. That is not true. Oswald was born in 1939, but Booth was born in 1838. So we were not both born in 39. Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Booth did run from Ford's Theater where he shot Lincoln, but he was caught in a barn, not a warehouse. Oswald fled from the Texas School Book Depository, which was a warehouse where he worked, and from where he shot Kennedy, and then he was arrested in a movie theater.
Okay. I mean, they used to call barns cow warehouses, though.
Oh, good point. So actually, that one is true.
Yeah, that one's
you know
true,
what?
yeah.
Strike the amendment of that from the record.
Yeah.
The assassins were both Southerners. No, Oswald was born in New Orleans, but Booth, a Confederate/Southern sympathizer, was born in Maryland. Both of the president's successors were Democrats named Johnson, Andrew, and Lyndon, with 6-letter first names and born in 08. True, but wow. Don't worry, there aren't many more of these.
Was there anything to do in 1964?
Actually, there are too many more of these. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, these stink.
Yeah, they stink. What I have to tell you that's weird is more interesting. So what did you just ask that I spoke over?
I was just saying, it sounds like people were really bored in 1964.
I guess. Yeah. I had a couple more, but it's not worth it. So folklorists think that people just look for these coincidences to make sense of two tragic historical events by, ascribing them some bigger meaning.
Yes.
And
any meaning over random
just the horrible
violence.
truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And they point out that it's actually not super hard to find coincidences between two people, and then let alone between two presidents.
Mm-hmm.
Two presidents are going to be on a similar trajectory, obviously. So it's extra not difficult to find coincidences between them. And also people point to something we've talked about a bunch of times, apophenia, which is the tendency to look for order in the random, as part of the reason that this list is popular. It's very satisfying to notice these things. Okay, so this is the thing similar to, honestly, the things about the teams in the Lincoln Imp Wikipedia page were these little footnotes that I was like, what? And then I'm looking up what the mascots look like or whatever. There were these footnotes about songs based on the Lincoln Kennedy coincidences that I was then looking like some crazy conspiracy theorist. This is so weird to me.
Okay.
So there was a song written about this called History Repeats Itself by Buddy Starcher that recounts many of these coincidences and parallels. Yes, Buddy Starcher is a funny name.
The Buddy Starcher?
If you can believe it. Will, I find this stuff so weird what I'm about to say. I find what I'm about to tell you far weirder than any of the actual coincidences. They both have 6 letters in their names. They both had Johnson vice presidents, whatever.
Yeah.
When I read this,
I was loved corned beef.
Yeah. When I read this, I was like, what? I was that gif of the lady with the numbers around her. I was like, what are you talking about? This is so strange. So this guy wrote a song called History Repeats Itself, recounting many of the coincidences and parallels between the two presidents' careers and deaths. The song became an American top 40 hit during the spring of 1966. It hit number 2 on the country charts. I listened to it, part of it. I had to fast forward through it. It's set to...
You couldn't get through a whole song.
William, you wouldn't be able to either. It is an insane song. It is set to the tune of Battle Hymn of the Republic, Intense, and then also has snippets of America the Beautiful. It's just a serious American song with just a man talking. Him just saying the facts that I just said.
Oh,
being
really?
Both presidents were shot in the head on a Friday and in the presence of their wives. It's so weird, okay? So, number 1, that exists. Number 2, there's a part 2 of it because he couldn't fit all of it into one song. Then, beyond how crazy that this exists is and that it charted, that it got to number 2 on the country charts for the worst song I've ever heard. By the way, this is nowhere. When I searched it, I was like, oh, is this lost media?
Right.
It's nowhere. I had to find it because nobody's listening to this
Maybe
now.
they just listed it as number 2.
They could have.
This song is number 2. On a list, on a chart of the best songs? No, we're just saying this song is a real steaming pile of number 2.
Okay. Crazier to me is that a cover version of this song was released later the same year.
What?
By somebody named Cab Calloway.
I know Cab Calloway.
Why?
I've heard that name.
Okay. Well, I hadn't. Well, I wrote Cab Calloway. What's his deal? What's his deal? Why is he doing a cover of like the worst song I've ever heard the same year? The ballsiness of this. What's going on?
Did that chart?
No, I don't think so.
Did it chart or did it chart? That's a good YouTube channel, Chart or Chart.
Chart or chart? There used to be a podcast called Who Charted that was, I think, about bad stuff. Okay. So then this is so bizarre, okay? Then later in the 60s, there is a parody song of History Repeats Itself called Great Men Repeat Themselves. And this is about the coincidences between Lyndon Johnson and Batman. Okay? This is some sort of like early stage Weird Al shittery. It sucks. It was recorded by the duo Homer and Jethro.
Oh my God.
Okay. I also listened to a snippet of this. Sample lyrics.
Homer and Jethro. That's like the shittiest comedic duo. Abbott and Costello or Homer and Jethro.
I was like, what is going on? Okay, sample lyrics. And also, again, remember, this is all just spoken over like, America, America. It's so weird. Do you think it's a coincidence that the name Lyndon contains 6 letters? The name Batman contains 6 letters also. At Batman's side stands the boy Wonder Robin. At Lyndon's side stands the Wonder Boy Hubie.
Listen.
No, this is better.
Listen, that's
obviously
pretty good. I don't know who Hubie is.
I don't know. It's his vice president.
Vice President Hubie? Had to be Hubert, but they called him Hubie for comedic purposes, right? Maybe,
yes.
or I don't know.
Yes. This was to me the funniest line of the thing.
Yeah, of course. Yes, yeah.
Okay, so this is it's weird, whatever. Okay, someone else covers that song immediately after. They cover the parody song.
They covered Homer and Jethro?
Yes.
Oh.
What was going on in the 60s with everybody covering each other, like, immediately? And also, doesn't it seem crazy to cover somebody's parody song?
Yes. Absolutely.
My mind was bending. So it's covered by Ben Calder, who's the Purple People Eater song guy.
Oh, he was just looking for anything to do.
Totally. What the hell was going on back then? And by the way, he also is the screamer of the Wilhelm scream.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's not as if they couldn't just replay a song. I know that the 60s, like that's a long time ago. Everybody's
trying to get their piece of the pie.
Yeah, like you could just keep playing the song.
I tried to find out, was there like a feud then between like Homer and Jethro and Ben Calder, but I couldn't find anything. You know why? Nobody gives a shit.
They're laughing all their way to the bank.
Nobody's thinking about this.
No, but except for you.
I was like furiously Googling, batting people away who were asking me about the Jersey Devil on my little cup or whatever. I got to take this thing off.
Excuse me, can you help me with something?
No.
I'm sorry to bother you. I just need a little bit of assistance.
No. So that's that. Whoop.
Yeah, I just knocked my shit.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Well, good job.
Wild.
Good on you.
Wild stuff.
It sounds to me like you maybe, I was going to say got to the bottom of something, but maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg. Well, the Homer and Jethro iceberg.
If it's the tip of the iceberg, unfortunately, we're not going any deeper because the internet doesn't seem to have the information that I crave.
You're going to do some research.
I doubt I'll think about it beyond this.
In 4 seconds, this will leave your mind now that you've gotten to say it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will be telling you about some of the other urban legends that have been on this list. Would you say what you just covered are urban legends at all?
No. The Lincoln Imp and Homer and Jethro, I don't think so.
Homer and Jethro. But before we do that, we want to talk to you all about patreon.com/GTTUpod, which is essentially like signing up for Guide to the Unknown Plus.
Yes.
Guide to the Unknown Premium. Patreon.com.
Guide to the Unknown Go. What was that thing? Henry Go?
Danny Go.
Danny Go.
Yep. So he's really into Danny Go music right now. It's like club music.
Yeah.
But then it's about it's
like interactive.
There being sharks in the water.
Yeah. The YouTube video is like, oh, there's something to the left. So you have to like jump to the right or whatever.
She does it too.
I know.
She jumps to the left, she jumps to the right. We've been doing it before bedtime so that she gets like some like energy
That's
out.
what we did the other night. It was great.
Yeah. And we found out he does have children. Danny go, which was incredibly important.
I'm glad
to us
hear
to know
that.
if this young man is just making kids
relieved.
entertainment. He is a father. His wife is in the videos with him and stuff.
She's the girl behind?
Yeah, she plays Frozen
nice.
Mango, the superhero,
in
one of the videos, along with another person who plays a superhero who does like earthquake stuff. He punches and does earthquake stuff.
Yeah.
The name of that superhero character is Poundquake.
Yes. I saw that video. Yeah.
I have to say,
that's
pretty good.
I think it's great.
Poundquake. Great name.
She was enjoying the hell out of it.
Oh, she loves it.
Yeah.
And it gets stuck in my head like crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Guide to the Unknown. Go.
Anyway, Guide to the Unknown, patreon.com/GTTUpod. For starters, if you pick any of those tiers, you're going to be supporting us massively.
Thank you.
And the art that we produce.
That's right.
This is art.
Of course it is.
We must support the arts more than ever.
We are people in STEAM.
Yes. And you can get access to our Discord so that you can chat with other like-minded folks who are into spooky stuff and mysteries or Guide to the Unknown. And you'll begin to, starting at the $4 tier, you get ad-free episodes of Guide to the Unknown. That cannot be overstated.
No, it can't. I am a devoted ad-free person, so this is huge to me.
And starting at the $4 tier, you'll start to get access to our second podcast that comes out every single Monday, The Netherworld Dispatch.
Oh, yeah.
The most recent episode of The Netherworld Dispatch is episode 243. Chrissy watched a UFO documentary. Willie did not.
That's right. I watched a documentary called The Age of Disclosure and then told Will all about it.
It didn't disclose very much.
Well,
having said that, I didn't watch it.
Yes.
I watched 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So go check out that episode. Very fun, very frustrating. I think more so for Chrissy than me.
It was fine.
I would like to state for the record, though, I didn't point this out in the episode, though I feel I should have. Should I have watched the documentary? Perhaps, to be as opinionated as I am. However, what people don't know is that you said that you watched the documentary and invited me to watch the documentary, but also followed it up with, like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
So you had also invited me not to watch it.
Yeah.
You might say it was perhaps worse that I watched part of it.
Perhaps.
Anyway, go check out that episode. There's a lot to be said about what is or is not true in the age of UFOs.
Yes. Did you see that there's going to be a new Steven Spielberg movie? Like about disclosure or something? He put up like a bunch of, they're like mysterious billboards now in like Times Square and Tokyo or something.
He loves aliens.
I know he does. There's going to be another big Steven Spielberg movie coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. We also love reading reviews. I've got a very sweet one here from Knits Enough. I first started listening to Guide to the Unknown when there were only a handful of episodes way back in 2017. Since then, I have, of course, listened to many other podcasts, but Guide to the Unknown has remained my number one gal.
Aww.
Their consistency, their humor, the sibling banter, plus whatever topic they're talking about, the spooky, the unsolved, or the silly, means it is always a pleasure to listen to Guide to the Unknown. I don't even really care for most horror movies, but I love to listen to Kristen and Will talk about them. And now that my husband has become a fan, we love winding down on Friday or Saturday night by watching the latest episode on YouTube together. All that to say, thank you so much for the hours upon hours of entertainment and, quite frankly, companionship. Guide to the Unknown is the best. Highly recommend. 5 stars.
Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Knits Enough, and thank you to your husband as well.
And thank you for sticking with us for so long.
Absolutely. That's so awesome.
That's really, really great.
Yeah.
This community has been very supportive and wonderful.
Oh, beyond.
And we appreciate you all.
We really, really do. So if you would like to leave us a written review like that, we would love it if you did. You can do it over on Apple Podcasts. You can also leave us a starred review on Spotify or other podcast apps. You've heard us talk about it before, but we're still having an issue with Spotify that we are hoping to have resolved. But if you want to find the most accurate Spotify link to listen to, go to our Instagram, and there is a, a highlight that says Spotify issue, and you can click that, and there's a link to a correct Spotify thread there.
Yeah, what a dopey mess.
It's so weird.
I have a hunch what's going on, but we won't have answers for a little bit. We're working on it.
Yep.
All right, everybody. I'm sorry that we've been depriving you of commercials.
Yes. We're going to rectify that right now. Here you go.
Okay, it is my turn now.
Yes.
You sit back and relax.
All right, I'm on easy
you're on
street.
easy street.
What? Oh my God.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to tell you about the Mackenzie Poltergeist, which is just a ghost story.
Great.
It's great.
Good
There's a lot
old-fashioned.
of weird history. Okay. This story begins in the mid to late 1600s. There's this guy, George Mackenzie, who was eventually given the nickname Bloody George. Or Bloody Mackenzie? Either way, it was originally spelled B-L-U-I-D-Y.
B-L-U-I-D. Okay.
For starters, old, right? So maybe
Yeah,
the word
totally.
bloody was spelled different back then. It's also
the
in
I is
Scotland.
throwing me. Oh, okay.
Bloody George.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I wrote this. I'm struggling to make complete sense of this guy's story.
Okay.
I think I've got a halfway decent encapsulation. You got to understand the person to understand the poltergeist a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So I got this information from CuriousEdinburgh.org. We'll have all of our links in the show notes and on scaryfun.fun. So, in brief, in the 1600s in Scotland, there was a witch panic, not dissimilar from the Salem witch trials here. All right. And Bloody George was a junior judge.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I'll tell you this too. The Bear Urban Legends page described this urban legend by saying the supposed restless spirit of George Mackenzie, an infamous figure in Scottish history who engaged in merciless oppression of religious minorities, haunts this graveyard, where a portion of the graveyard is actually dedicated to his countless victims.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then you get this witch panic. So obviously he must have killed a bunch of witches to death, right? Wrong. The witch panic is a red herring.
Oh. So he's a killer?
No.
What the hell's going on?
So he was a junior judge during these witch trials.
The hell's a junior judge?
I don't know, like a baby judge.
All right, whatever. It doesn't.
A tiny judge. I'm not sure. But during those witch trials, he was actually surprisingly vocal about how reckless it is to try to accuse somebody of witchcraft, which cannot be proven. They were using torture to try to get confessions. And Bloody George would say, like, these confessions are worthless. You cannot torture people to get confessions. Those are false confessions, gotten improperly and, immorally.
Ethical George.
You would think that this sounds like Ethical George.
Yeah.
Quote, in a speech published in 1672, he wrote of the witchcraft trials, "Poor innocents die in multitudes by an unworthy martyrdom, and burning comes in fashion." It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Burning comes in fashion.
Yeah.
And then he generally discouraged the prosecution of witches. So
Okay. He's sounding pretty good.
who were this guy's countless victims, quote unquote?
Say, where's the blood come in?
The Bluid comes here.
Yeah.
Protestants.
Oh.
Now this is about to sound boring.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it's going to just come down to like I don't mean boring and like listen, if you're saying like, oh, this group of people worship this thing and therefore they're inhuman, we got to kill them all. That is just wrong, but it's not a guide to the unknown sort of thing that we would typically delve into. Here's what was going on with Bloody George. There was a particular group of Protestants who called themselves the Covenanters.
Okay.
And they opposed what was becoming stated at the time, that the king was in charge, was above church.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the Covenanters were like, no, church is above king. And that was it. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
So Bloody George prosecuted them, the Covenanters, who would not acknowledge that the king has the rights of all things.
Okay. He's a king simp.
Yeah. Bloody George was a king simp.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are a lot of king simps going around these
Yeah,
days.
totally.
All these
Yeah,
little
yeah.
king simps.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, yeah. But so he fought back in the Battle of Bothwell Bridge.
Whoa. Okay.
Sounds like some Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, totally.
The Battle of Bothwell Bridge in 1679. He rounded up about 1,200 survivors of the battle, the Covenanters, and put them in a makeshift prison where they were held for months without enough food, leading to starvation and death. That's Bloody George.
I see.
And then anyone who survived in those months to eventually see a trial or whatever, he had them hanged.
Oh.
or sent them to America to work as quote unquote indentured servants.
Oh boy.
Yikes. So that's where he's bloody. Follow the king or else. And he was very torturous and horrible. And then he died.
Okay.
Bloody Mackenzie died in 1691. So the poltergeist now.
Yeah.
All right. This now comes to us from Timberbush-Tours.
Ooh.
Timberbush Tours.
Great.
.co.uk. It is said that in 1998, this is the earliest supposed haunting story around Bloody George. We fast forward like 300
billion years.
Yeah, a billion years later. 1 billion years. It is said that in 1998, a homeless man in need of shelter spotted Bloody George's mausoleum, and he decided to break the lock and enter. Never occurred to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you're homeless and you're in need of shelter and stuff, a mausoleum, I guess, is just as good as any place. But
totally. It's a roof over your head,
Yep. Surrounded by the coffins of Mackenzie and his relatives, curiosity took hold of the man.
Whoa.
'Twas curiosity killed the cat, you know. Huh. Methinks a curiosity I do have, said this man. And he cracked one of the coffins open.
Oh, God.
As he did so, the floor caved in. Sounds from bad to worse.
Some Ghostbusters shit.
Yeah.
What the hell was going on?
Open of an episode of Ghostbusters, the cartoon.
Yeah.
The floor cracked open, which contained the bodies of plague victims discarded here years before.
Oh my God.
Yeah, due to the vacuum of by the mausoleum on top. Something's wrong. Anyway, there were bodies. He fell into bodies.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And so I don't know if that was him encountering the ghost. It feels like maybe that would be like he disturbed the ghost.
Yeah.
Because then cityofthedeadtours.com says attacks include scratches, cuts, bruises, burns, and bites on witnesses' bodies, often under their clothes.
Oh, no.
So you could be bitten by a ghost under your clothes?
That sucks.
That never occurred to me.
I mean, it didn't occur to me either, but I guess it makes sense. Like, it's not like they have access to anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they have physical form, so it's not like they have to abide by our physical laws.
How do you know it's under the clothes? Wait a minute. It just occurred to me. If something bites your butt,
yeah.
Right? Are you thinking like, oh, it didn't bite my jeans, it bit my butt? Or you just like something bit my butt? How do you know it's not the clothes too? You don't feel your clothes?
Wow, good question.
Wait a minute.
Under the clothes.
I mean, burns, because your clothes aren't burned, but your skin might be under the clothes. That makes more sense to me. But like a bite.
Are they specifically only saying bites? Did it say scratches too?
It said everything. So yeah.
So maybe it's like, it's a scratch, but it didn't go through. It would have to go through your clothes to scratch you. You know what I mean?
Cut, which is also here.
So if your clothes aren't cut, but you have a cut on your skin, it's like, oh, it was under your clothes.
Yeah, then that's under the clothes.
Yeah.
But some of the other things on this list: bruises and bites.
Bites your butt.
Yeah, something Bloody George bit my butt.
Oh my God.
Bite this, Bloody George. It's happening.
He took me up on it.
Oh, careful what I wish for. This teaches me a lesson. Ouch. It's still happening.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go dip my butt in Bloody George's mausoleum. Bite this. Ouch. He listened.
Careful what you wish for.
There are hot and cold spots. Cameras and watches stop working. There have been unexplained smells.
Look.
And auditory anomalies.
Who among?
I mean, how many times are you going to say, explain that smell? Yeah. I think the answer is evident.
I'm waiting for an explanation.
For the
Arms
smell.
crossed. Yeah.
God damn it. Including knocking noises under the ground and inside the tomb itself. Dead animals are found unmarked in front of the Black Mausoleum, which is what they call it, the Black Mausoleum.
Unmarked?
Yeah, I guess dead animals, unmarked meaning like what killed it. I don't know. It's just...
Oh, I guess.
Just dropped dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. People have complained that an unseen apparition has pulled their hair, grabbed their legs and arms, or hit them. Now, pull my arms or hit me. The area has been exorcised twice, both times unsuccessfully. I don't know.
I wonder how many times they're just bullies doing things like.
Yes.
children bullies or pulling hair or whatever. And they're like, I didn't do it.
If you want a bully story.
I think that it was Poltergeist Georgie or whatever this guy's name is. What's his name?
Poltergeist Georgie. Bloody Mackenzie or Bloody George.
Yeah.
Well, I got some weird kid behavior here.
Oh, great.
In 2003, the distinctive domed tomb of Sir George Mackenzie was entered by two teenage boys aged 17 and 15 via a ventilation slot in the rear, now sealed.
Ventilation slot in the rear, too. Big deal.
Why does it always turn into this?
Too.
Why does it always become this? I feel like we've been talking about toots and butts and
don't say
farts
something
for
about
10 minutes.
a dome with a ventilation slot in the rear, honey, if you don't want to go there.
Wow. Oh, wow. You're right. It's my fault.
Okay.
They reached the lower vault containing the coffins, broke the coffins open, and stole a skull.
Oh, my God.
Yeesh.
That's sick shit.
Oh, yeah. That's like, put these kids on a list.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, no, that's not.
That goes on their permanent record.
Oh, definitely. That's not right.
Police arrived as they were playing football with the skull on the grass.
That's messed
They
up.
stayed in the area?
Yeah, it's messed up and stupid. These kids were they were on something.
Oh, yeah. They were on one.
They were on one and they were literally on something.
Harder than Mountain Dew.
That's so dumb.
The pair narrowly escaped imprisonment on the little used but still extant charge of violating sepulchres. I don't know what that means.
Is it like SEPULCH, whatever? It's something to do with death.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're allowed to do that. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. You want to go to a mausoleum?
I guess you can.
Play some ball.
Yeah.
So that's Bloody George, who arguably, I mean, I guess he got his skull kicked around.
Yeah. Oh
like
my
a few
God.
hundred years later. So
Yikes. Well, he does sound like he sucked.
He sucked.
Yeah.
I got to admit.
Yeah,
this guy
I have
sucks.
to admit this guy sucked.
But he may not suck as much as the next item on our tour. Oh boy, if you had joke fodder before.
Oh no.
Get ready for the Mad Gasser of Mattoon.
Mad Gasser of Mattoon?
Mattoon. The Mad Gasser of Mattoon. Now this might be a bona fide urban legend.
Okay.
All right. There are some other aliases for the Mad Gasser of Mattoon, which in a nutshell is a person who was doing gas attacks.
Okay.
In Mattoon, Illinois in the 1940s. Going around.
Were they actually doing this?
Poisoning people. Well, there seems like
it's an urban,
it
so
seems like
maybe.
there's a little something there. All right. Here are some of their other aliases. I mean, I guess an alias is what you intentionally go by. This is just other names that people ascribed to the Mad Gasser of Mattoon.
Yeah.
The Anesthetic Prowler, which stinks. Like, I mean, I guess the gasser stinks in general, but the Anesthetic Prowler?
That sucks. That does
wonder why
not
that
roll
didn't stick.
trippingly off the tongue.
No, Mad Gasser of Mattoon is headline worthy.
Totally. What was Anesthetic Prowler?
Anesthetic Prowler.
Weak.
Or the Phantom Anesthetist.
They gotta lose
Anesthetist.
Yeah, it's not an easy word for this.
It's not
You
working.
need something snappy.
Well, they have an abbreviation at least. Just forget the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. Just abbreviate the Mad Gasser.
That's fine.
Yeah. He's gassing and he's mad.
Yeah, right.
Quite mad. All right. So there are about 25 victims of the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. 0 deaths.
Okay, that's
He
good.
would gas people and they would just be sick for a while, but they would live.
All right.
Now they would bip.
This is Zoe's word for throw up that we have all adopted in my family. Our family.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Zoe at like 2.5 years old threw up in her bed. She goes, I bipped in my bed and my pillow is dusty. And it just stuck forever, bipping. It sounds so much better than being like, did you vomit? Did you throw up? No,
Yeah.
I bipped.
Yeah, we all call it bipping
Boom.
now.
It's bipping.
Yeah.
It's just bipping. No biggie. The gassers' supposed victims reported smelling strange odors in their homes, which were soon followed by symptoms such as vomiting, nausea, coughing, and paralysis
Oh God.
of the legs. This is where it truly becomes horrifying
Yeah.
to me. Many reported gassings had simple explanations such as spilled nail polish or odors emanating from animals.
Okay.
They literally are just saying, like, somebody went, I think the Mad Gasser's here. And it's like, no, I think your cat farted.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God. It was just like on the highest of alerts. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, local factories. Mm-hmm. All right. So, the few times that someone claims to have witnessed an actual person, and they described the person thusly. They said, literally, a tall, thin man in dark clothing and a tight knitted cap, carrying one of those bug pesticide tool things.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that.
Yes,
It's got like a
yes.
plunger on the back of it. And you go like, and it sprays.
That's scary to me that he was like not being that undercover. Like that really is a mad person.
Yes.
Yeah.
The mad gas, a
That's very
crazy
scary.
person who's poisoning people and not killing them, which is, thank God he's not killing people. But there's something that's weirder and sicker about just injuring people and
being
just poisoning them.
So overt about it.
So
like
weird.
he's just going about his business doing this. Like this is you just doing things during your day.
Yes. I will say that a lot of this has been attributed to a literal mass hysteria.
Okay.
All right. Now, in my research, I do believe that there was some smoke to the idea that a person was up to something. But
some fire that led to smoke.
I think so. But I think more than anything, those 25 victims, and I'm not going to talk about all of them, obviously, but I think that a lot of them were more sort of like, there's got to be so much anxiety around the notion that like, oh my God, there's just someone going on that has not been caught that's doing this. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yes.
And then if you couple that with the notion that I guess there's a local factory that
is producing like weird smells.
Yep.
So it just this paranoia that like I smell something off. Oh my God, is something about to happen to me?
Yes.
My kids, whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Plus your husband ordered, Papa John's. And
Well, that's a good smell.
And now he's just trying to claim that.
Oh, I see.
No, I'm talking
the
about
aftermath.
The effect. The consequences of Papa John's.
Yes,
like,
of course.
Hon, I think the Mad Gasser is here
Oh
right
my
now.
God. Look, I would hate for this to be a thing, but I can't imagine the nonstop joke cracking that would be happening if there was a Mad Gasser going on.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So let's talk about some of the victims. Names like, whoa.
Yeah.
Victim number one, official victim number one, was named Urban Rafe.
Whoa.
First name Urban.
Yeah.
Last name Raef.
Woo. All right.
So Urban Rafe woke up from smelling weird stuff and bipped. That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote in my notes. We got to publish our notes someday.
We used to. That was like an early Patreon bonus.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. His wife wanted to make sure that, thinking about like, well, what's going on, Urban?
Yeah.
Rafe, my husband, you bipped. What's going on? Maybe there's something wrong with like the pilot light on the stove and there's literally gas in the house.
Yeah.
She wants to get up to check the pilot light, but she's unable to get out of bed. She's paralyzed.
Oh my God.
Another victim that night, quote, awakened by the sound of her daughter coughing, but found herself unable to leave her bed. So now you're aware that down the hall or a room away, your child is sick and needs you, but you can't move?
That is horrible.
This is where this truly became genuine horror story to me. Here's the big one. This is the one where the guy was seen and the whole bit. So here we go. Quote, the next day was September 1st. There was a third reported incident. This was eventually reported first, I believe, above the other two. Aileen Kearney reported smelling a strong, sweet odor at 11 p.m. At first, she dismissed the smell, believing it to be from flowers outside the window, but the odor soon became stronger and she began to lose feeling in her legs. Kearney panicked and her calls attracted her sister, Mrs. Reddy, who was in the house at the time. Mrs. Reddy also noticed the odor and determined that it was coming from the direction of the bedroom window, which was open at the time. The police were contacted, but no evidence of a prowler was found. At around 12:30 a.m., Bert Kearney, Aileen Kearney's husband, who was a taxi driver, he was not there during the initial attack, returned home to find an unidentified man hiding close to one of the house's windows. The man fled, and Kearney was unable to catch him. Kearney's description of the prowler was, as I described, a tall, thin man in a coat with a tight fitted cap on. This description was reported in the local media and became the common description of the gasser throughout the Mattoon incident. After the attack, Aileen Kearney reportedly suffering from a burning sensation on her lips and throat.
Oh my God.
So like this is truly like a chemical attack.
Yeah.
Now, this next thing starts to provide some of the like what? Like why? Is this just a truly crazy person doing this for crazy purposes? Someone found a cloth that was soaked in some sort of a chemical, whatever it was, on their porch when they came home or something like that. It was theorized, and theorized means like, I mean, who knows for sure?
Yeah.
But it was theorized that was the chemical that the mad gas was spraying around. It was now on this cloth that was left so that the family's dog would smell it.
Oh my God.
Pass out. And allow the prowler to sneak into the house and rob them. And that then at least starts to provide an understandable, if still horrific,
right, like a motive.
A motive. I'm just trying to rob people, and I've got access to this chemical that paralyzes you or knocks you out or whatever, and lets me sneak in and steal your jewels and gems.
Yeah, of course. We've all got them.
We've all got jewels and gems. And we're all protecting them.
Yeah.
Also found at the scene of that attack, this seems goofy to me, was a skeleton key?
Okay.
Most people may not even be aware of what a skeleton key is these days. Like it's literally
it's like an old-timey looking key.
That's supposed to unlock every kind of lock. That to me is not 1940s. That to me would work.
No, like
the 1800s.
Yes.
Like that's so strange to me. And a nearly empty tube of lipstick. This now gets into another interpretation of the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. Was it a woman?
Yeah.
That is one of the things that people have seemingly believed. The FBI gets involved and people start forming groups to like patrol the neighborhoods and stuff. This is where it really gets into hysteria. Everyone's on high alert and scared. Yeah. And when that happens, you have a tendency to like confirmation bias, like see things that aren't really there and stuff. So the Commissioner of Public Health, Thomas V. Wright, makes this statement, quote, "There is no doubt that a gas maniac exists."
A gas maniac.
A gas maniac.
Yikes.
That's not going to help calling him a gas maniac.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, I guess, listen, if he's real, you got to call him something.
Totally. I guess he is a gas maniac.
A gas maniac. I'm a gas hobbyist.
Yeah.
This guy's a gas maniac.
I'm just a gas enthusiast.
And has made a number of attacks, but many of the reported attacks are nothing more than hysteria. Fear of the gas man is entirely out of proportion to the menace of the relatively harmless gas he is spraying.
Doesn't sound relatively harmless to me.
Sounds harmful.
People are paralyzed.
Bipping.
Yeah,
my
bipping
lips
it
hurt.
up.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
And it also, this sentence, like in its own, without the broader context of just trying to calm hysteria, it's like, you guys calm down. He's kind of harmless.
Yeah, totally.
Leave the gas man alone.
Right, you know? Yeah, why are you defending the gas man?
We all accept that living in Mattoon, there's a risk of being gassed.
Look, we have a what do they call, what was his name? We have a mad gasser
We got a mad gasser.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a
That's
feature.
just the reality of living in Mattoon.
That's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
You would take away one of life's simple pleasures from the gas man.
Look, he just wants to gas people.
He's a gas maniac.
He just wants to do it. He loves to do it.
He loves it. The whole town is sick with hysteria.
Yeah.
Was his point.
Yeah.
Eventually, the whole thing is largely attributed to unrelated attacks and seeing things that aren't really there. But there's this one very weird detail that I really enjoy. There's one book out there, and I just don't understand why this... Whatever. There's a book out there that documents the Mad Gasser. It's one of those books where it's like a million wacky stories, unusual events, and things like that. And there's an illustration of the Mad Gasser of Mattoon that interprets the Mad Gasser as like an alien.
Yeah. He's like this super tall, kind of stretched out guy. Interesting.
Very, very weird. And like surrounded by like fumes that almost look like flames, but like, very, 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 very weird. I will say this drawing reminded me, I just did like a really long live stream trying to record all the stuff in the Blair Witch Hunt-A-Killer game that I worked on because it's going to be taken offline soon. There was like a whole book that we had produced that I hadn't seen in years that have illustrations like just like this.
Yeah.
Which was really kind of cool to see.
Totally.
But yeah, that's the Mad Gasser of Mattoon. And it basically, you know, like many of these things, it kind of dovetails out and quiets down. But I guess there are claims that there was someone who was doing that.
Right.
And then it became an urban legend.
Totally.
That this is just someone doing it willy-nilly all the time.
Yep.
You never know when to expect him, whatever. That's when it becomes like kind of like a true urban legend.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
totally.
perhaps misunderstanding what
was a real incident.
Yeah. And maybe those were like targeted attacks.
Maybe.
Or maybe he was robbing people and stuff using that gas and then was like, oh my God, this is getting huge. I better stop or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mad Gasser of Mattoon.
Great name.
The Phantom Anesthetist. My old foe.
Yeah, that does sound like the shittiest Batman villain. The Phantom Anesthetist.
The Phantom Anesthetist. Impossible to say.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
So there you go. Some more urban legends, everybody.
Yeah.
Some more fodder.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back again next week. And in the meantime, you can follow us on social media. We are at GTTUpod, and we're also there individually. I'm at Chillin' Kristen.
I'm at The Myth Traveler. If you're craving more urban legends, scaryfun.fun/urban legends. That's all of our conversations that we've had to this point. We've even watched the first urban legend movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's in there as well.
What a treat.
Super fun. Love doing this. Appreciate you all massively. And as you said, Chrissy, we will be back next week to talk about, my God, who knows, but it's going to be so spooky and scary.
I'm frightened already. And if you want even more, remember, you can go to patreon.com/GTTUpod and get bonus episodes. We have 240 something now.
Oh, yeah.
So go get into it. We also have movie commentaries, Discord, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of junk. Sift through.
Please.
And enjoy. Until next time, everybody, we must travel.
Back to the netherworld. Go we.
I'll tell you where I'm not going.
Where?
Mattoon.
Me neither. I don't want to get gassed. Madly or otherwise.
You know what? You're the Mad Gasser of Somerset.
Yeah, I am. Legend has it.
Gassing like mad.
Yeah. Oh, there's this horrible middle-aged gasser racing all around the county.
Middle-aged gasser.
The middle-aged gasser of Somerset.
Sounds horrible.
That sounds too real, actually. Mad gasser sounds like more like fantasy world. The middle-aged gasser is like too real.
I'm the middle-aged gasser.
Yeah, that's not good.
Somebody really out of touch, trying to sound cool. They call me the middle-aged skateboarder. All right, dude. Sounds so weird.
Cool.
Cool, dude. Not cool.
No, not cool.